Hey there, it's Beck here from the Heart Garden, and welcome to your 5 minutes of wisdom for the week. The word for this week is confusion, which is something that I've definitely been experiencing lately. So there's been a lot of room for reflection, and there's a few things that I'd like to share with you around how we can use confusion in a really positive way in our lives. So, a very wise teacher once said to me that confusion is actually co-fusion. It's this sense of the falling away of the boxes and the boundaries and the limits that we use to create a safe world for ourselves. And that's why confusion's so scary, because we don't have these same reference points that we've previously had. You know, if we're using a map to get somewhere and we find ourselves really lost and confused, all of a sudden that map, which has been our sense of safety that we've invested ourselves in for this journey, maybe we can't trust it 100% anymore. Maybe it's not useful to us in that moment if we don't know where we are. And so we find ourselves, instead of being able to depend on our boxes and our maps and our categorization that we're so good at of, figuring this out and figuring that out, and this is the way that things are, we're forced to stop for a minute and look around, and we see the trees and we see the sun, and we become aware of exactly where we are in that moment. And that's really scary, because a lot of the time we get so invested in where we're going, and so we're so focused on needing to figure out the next step, figure out the next thing, that to fuse with the moment without any idea of what the next second or the next minute holds can be really, really confronting, because we don't have that safety net of our categories and our figuring and our mental sorting that falls away. So as co-fusion rather than confusion, we find ourselves with this invitation to connect to what's happening in this exact moment. Whatever that is, whether that's desirable or undesirable. What it forces us to do, though, is detach a little bit from the destination, from the completion. When the way forward doesn't seem clear, we can't invest as much of ourselves in the way forward, because when we try, we just find ourselves getting more and more and more stressed, not sure which way to go, or else running aimlessly down one path and then another and not actually getting anywhere. But falling back on that because there's a sense of safety in moving forward. And the thing that kind of drives this seeking and this moving forward that makes confusion such a challenging thing to experience is our investment in becoming complete at some point in the future. It's like, when I get to this place, I will be complete and I will be happy. Which, of course, when we don't know the next step that's required to get to this place, makes that really, really confronting, because it feels like our happiness and our completeness are further away and we don't know how to get there. So when we experience confusion, where there is an invitation is to drop into our completeness now, and where we actually have arrived. And I've been doing an appalling job of this the last 24 hours, I'll be totally honest with you. Sharing this is as much for me as it is for you, because I've really sensed, with this lack of clarity as to, what do I do next? But gosh, I need to be doing something. It's forced all of these realizations to the surface, because, where am I in such a hurry to get to? Where are we in such a hurry to get to? Somewhere outside of where we are right now. Because in that place we'll be happy, and so we need to try and find our way to that place as quickly as possible, and God forbid confusion being this cloud that gets in the way. So my invitation to you this week, and my invitation to myself, is to use confusion as an invitation to become present and to explore other ways of connecting to the flow, rather than this figuring out that can so easily get jumbled up. We can very, very easily tie ourselves into knots with our minds. Can confusion support us this week to become more present and to accept ourselves more where we are, so that when we get confused, we're able to go, oh wow, okay, I can't see the way forward right now. That's okay. All I need to do is become still. And when I become still, everything can settle. And when everything settles, then things will become clear. In their own time. It's like you can't help water become less turbid by agitating it. When we agitate ourselves mentally, everything just gets more cloudy. But given time, the dust will inevitably settle. And so it's that willingness to show up and be with the discomfort of feeling confused, be with the discomfort of not knowing, and know that from that place we'll be able to reach a far deeper knowing than one that we could ever concoct in our mental realms. So I believe that is about our 5 minutes, but thank you so much for joining me. This is going to become a regular thing. This will be the first of many 5 minutes of wisdom for your week. I've got a beautiful big list of words that I will be choosing from at random each week to share a little bit of, insight, I hope, and some of what I've been reflecting on and some of what I've learned. So that you may draw also from that in any way that serves you. Feel free to like and subscribe and share. Please get this out to people. I'd love to spread the love, and lovely to see you. I'll catch you next week. Bye.